Hello and welcome back to another Battlefield 2042 video. Today we had some awesome news. Battlefield came out and tweeted that there will be a Season 6 after Season 5, which was a huge deal because nobody knew exactly what was going to happen in terms of the content cycle / plan for a year 2 of Battlefield 2042. And I feel like there's still some slight questions regarding that. But it actually is funny how this works out because it came at a time when I was literally going to make a video today about what I thought the next quote-unquote seasons are going to be, like content cycle-wise, and it wasn't going to be seasons at all. I was going to guess that we were just going to get like guns from the portal added, well, new guns into the portal / added to the all-out warfare modes over time, as well as some new vehicles and some maps that are redone, maybe some remasters of maps. But they just came out and straight up said after Season 5, you will have a Season 6, which is awesome for everybody but me, who had a tremendous YouTube idea to make a speculation video on that. But no worries, we can still make a speculation video on what comes after Season 6. Is it lucrative, or is it a good business decision for Battlefield 2042 to be supported after a Season 6? I think so. I think right now Battlefield 2042 is in a very important community building phase where a lot of the game is now fixed to a certain point where we actually have a consistent amount of people playing. Only if they would keep the modes in the game that people actually like playing, like the infantry only breakthrough that they decided to remove, and now I get fucked by vehicles the whole time while I'm playing. So hopefully that gets fixed in Season 5 with their whole new vehicle rebalancing, because one of my biggest pet peeves about Battlefield 2042 in its current state is just how powerful these vehicles are and really nothing you can do about it. You just kind of hit them, they drive back to spawn, and they get fixed. Because what they're doing is they're sitting on the edge of their spawn and they're able to hit you from that far away. And that is crazy. You could also argue that it's my fault for playing game modes like Breakthrough, but hey, I really enjoy Breakthrough. There's something fun about Breakthrough compared to Conquest, where I don't know, it's just like that holding the line, pushing the line kind of thing instead of going to go capture flags like all over the sectors and everything. It's fun to do it by sector. It kind of reminds me of games like Hell Let Loose and Squad, where you have to push up a certain way and get those things. You can't go too far into the enemy territory. I just enjoy that type of game mode. So when they removed the infantry only breakthrough, I kind of got sad because it was really fun in that time period or time frame to do it. Right now, Conquest is the way to go. Exodus Conquest, you can play it and you don't really have to deal with as many vehicles, but the vehicles are a little ridiculous right now. So hopefully that actually gets addressed in Season 5. I know some of the people who got to go out and play the game say that it feels better because you have more equipment to deal with it. But yeah, another thing I'm really excited about for Season 5, sorry to make this a video about my expectations for Season 5, but one of the other things I'm really excited for Season 5 is the G36. I know it's not called the G36 in the game. It's whatever it was in Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. I can't remember which one they're ripping this from. I think it's Battlefield 3. Anyways, I know it's not called the G36 in game, but it's definitely a G36. One of my favorite guns of all time, just because it's got that cool, you know, like 90s SWAT aesthetic to it. H&K, kind of cool, kind of badass. It's got a funky, a funky little, you know, reload to it because instead of having just like a, I don't know how it is in this game. I'll have to look a little bit closer at those trailers. But usually the G36 has almost like a banana mag release when it's not an AK, which is really cool. It's just one of my favorite guns to fuck around with, and I'm hoping it's really good in this new iteration of it coming to Battlefield 2042. We also get the Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle is a classic. It's crazy. Blows people's heads off. It looked really good from the gameplay I got to see from it, so I'm super stoked and excited about that. We also get a new sniper rifle, which is alright, I guess. I'm not much of a sniper, especially not in this Battlefield. Even though it does bring back those older sniping vibes from like past Battlefields, such as Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, where there's a lot more player involvement in the sniping. And what I mean by that, it's not as casual of a sniping experience. It feels like you have to actually really adjust for that weight of that bullet drop. Sometimes it's a little too drastic in my opinion, but it is kind of nice that they brought that back compared to the Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 style of sniping. Not to say that those are bad, it's just two different styles, and I enjoy them both. But I would say in the current moment, I probably enjoy sniping on Battlefield 2042 just a little less, even though it is the kind of style I prefer, if that makes sense. It's kind of strange the way I worded that, but maybe some of you guys get it out there. I find the gunplay of the rifles a lot better, in my opinion. The rifles and the SMGs, they're just more fun. Speaking of the rifles and SMGs, we got news that they are actually adjusting the rifles, their range, and how much disbursement they have when you're shooting at something. So bullets will be going everywhere, basically. You can't laser beam somebody anymore. At least that's the thought process behind it from like 100 meters away with some of these assault rifles, which is fine. I think that's probably a good change, especially with how these maps are changing and trying to force it more into the close quarters combat that it needs to be behind all the new cover. Another thing that they're going to be changing is the camera shake, or camera movement in general, making it feel like it's more attached to your character. They said that they're trying to go for like more of that Battlefield 4 feel to it. And I don't know if you guys are noticing a little bit of a theme here, but they seem to be really trying to attach themselves back to the Battlefield 4 roots. For some reason, that's like their magnum opus with this game. Like, oh, we got to go back to Battlefield 4 style. I think they'd probably be better off going with something more like Battlefield 1 movement mechanics and feel and stuff, but that's just my opinion. I feel like that game in particular was very popular for a reason. Or going back to Battlefield 3, where it's so raw that it's like almost hardcore in a way, comparatively. Anyways, let me know what you think's going to happen with the rest of the seasons after Season 6. Do you think they're going to stick with a seasonal route? That sounds very lucrative to them, honestly. They got the community starting as long as they keep this pushing in the right direction. Or do you think they're just going to release content every once in a while after Season 6 in preparation for probably a new Battlefield coming within the next year or two? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, check out the description for my links for streaming, because I will be streaming Battlefield Season 5 on Wednesday when I get home from work. So that would be on Twitch, probably here on YouTube, and maybe even Kick if I decide to set up all of that dumb shit that goes that's involved with that. Thank you for watching the video, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.